What's up, everybody? Kevin Allen here from DFS Army. You guys know me as the Geek, or the Fantasy Football Geek, or whatever. But I'm the founder and CEO of DFS Army, and I will be doing a series of videos designed to help you be more successful playing daily fantasy sports this upcoming 2019 NFL season. So the point of this video is to refresh a lot of things. We have a lot of incredible things coming up this year in DFS Army for the 2019 NFL season. Amazing tools, a whole new method of stacking that you've never seen before. We've got lineup construction methodologies and studies that we're going to go over the next couple of weeks as we lead up to the 2019 NFL season. But this first video is going to be all about the basics. And the basics of DFS are bankroll management and contest selection. It's what most people get wrong. So my goal here is to help you, if you want, at least go in eyes wide open, understanding the contest that you're entering, why you're not successful, why maybe what you think isn't successful actually isn't that bad, and what ways you can change, what things you can do differently if your goal is to be a profitable player. Not everybody's goal is to be a profitable player in daily fantasy sports, and there's nothing wrong if it's not. I have a friend of mine. I'm going to tell the story of a friend of mine. I have a friend of mine who used to enter, last year, he would enter the Millie Maker every single week. The $20 Draftkings Millie Maker. Let's look at that one, right? We'll look at that one. He would enter this contest every single week of the year. 60, 80 bucks. And I would tell him every single time, bro, you're just throwing away your money in this thing. You're never going to win it. You're not winning it. It's a money suck. Even if you do well, you're not going to get most of your money back. It didn't matter. He's like, I don't give a shit. I like that contest. I want to go for the million. Okay. That person was going in eyes wide open, understanding that he's probably not going to be a profitable player, and he was fine with it. Not everybody plays this to try to be profitable. A lot of people play it just they want to have excitement, they want to have fun, they want to make a lineup, they want to have a rooting interest in the games. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm here to talk to people who want to actually turn a profit, who strive to be profitable in daily fantasy sports. So I'm going to show you this Millie Maker contest and explain why you're going to have pretty much an impossible time making any kind of money in it or ever turning a profit. You won't. You won't. Now, one person goes, oh, I won 4th place. We've had people win 13th, 12th, and we've never had a first place millionaire in DFS Army. We've had a 200,000 there. We've had a 250. We've never had a millionaire. We'll get there once. So I want you guys to keep playing that shit and rock those avatars. In first place, you get a swag bag too on top of the million. But realistically, if you look at this contest, let's understand what's happening here. And this one isn't even that egregious because week 1 is always the least skewed. But I promise you, actually, let's look at the Fanduel one is worse. Let's look at this one. Okay, because it's worse. It's more egregious. So Fanduel week 1, and the Draftkings one will eventually mirror this one as well. But just to understand what a top-heavy contest is, this contest is designed to suck you in. It's designed to pull in suckers. Oh, I won $1 million. That is who is attacking this. There's 462,963 entrants in the NFL Sunday Million on Fanduel. First place gets 28.57% of the prize pool. The rake is 16%. So if I add these two things together, I've got 45% of all of the 3.5 million in prizes. Now, those aren't even prizes. Of all of the 4-ish million or so in entry fees in this contest, 45% of it are gone after first place. So understand what's happening here. Second place, there are going to be, one guy will win first place. He gets the million. Then 462,962 entries will duke it out for the other 55% of the money that was. That is not a recipe for success. Now, look at what happens here and why people think they suck at DFS when they don't. They just suck at bankroll management a lot of the time. Okay? Look at this. 18, 16, 15. This is a $9 entry contest. So 20. So basically, to double my money, to do anything better than double, I won't even double my money if I have a top, let's see, 40,000 to 118. 118,000 would be like 25th percentile. 40,000 in this contest, 10%. So all the way up to top 10%, better than top 10, top 8%, I haven't doubled my money at all. I've only made 1.67 times my initial entry. So let me ask you a question. This is top 8%. Let's say you put 10 lineups into this thing. You spend $90. 5 of them finish in the money. Amazing! You beat the odds. Okay? Like crazy. You beat the odds because the odds say you should only have 25% of your lineups in the money. If you built 10 of them, that's 2.5. Let's call it 3. You're good. You're good at this. 15, 30, 45. So you entered $90 and you got 45 back. You lost half of your money by being even slightly better. You got 30% of your lineups into a cash line of 25% or less. That's amazing. You got 30%. You should be fucking proud. No, you lost half your money and you feel like shit. You feel like dog shit. So what the fuck went wrong here? What am I doing wrong? Wait, you did even more amazing. You got 4 lineups. Holy shit. 40% of your... I learned this once. The reason I learned this lesson the hard way. I had entered the Millie Maker. I had made 100 lineups for it one day. I'd gotten 45% of it onto the cash line, and I still lost like half my money. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this? How did I lose half my money? Well, the contest is designed to suck your money out of your pocket. That's what it does. If there's a contest where you're going to finish top 25%, 50% of the time, and still lose about half your money, you're fucked. You are not going to make money entering contests like this. So understand when you're entering it exactly what's going on. You finished in 50th place, 70th place, $250, top 100 out of 462,000. I still only got a couple $100. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Really? Why don't I make money at DFS? Yeah, because you're stupid if you enter this contest. If you're a DFS Army subscriber, please, if you're going to enter this, know what you're doing and why. Know that you're a sucker, or that you're going into this knowing, eyes wide open, I understand that this is a contest where I'm probably going to lose money all year, every single time I enter it, and I don't care because I don't mind losing my money. Okay, I love my money. I hate fucking losing it. So, for me, this is a contest that is persona non grata. I don't attack it. And the only way I do attack it is if this $9 times 150, so if this $1,350 is a very small portion of my weekly allocation. So I might enter this contest if I was doing 10,000 in entries this week, and this represented the final piece. I did 8,500 in cash games and sharp plays and small contests, which I'm going to show you, DFS Army ladder style contests. Did 85%. So I saved the last 15% for my shits and gigs money. That's what that represents. But if this is the only contest that you're entering, and you're wondering why I lose money and why I haven't made money in so long, I don't know how to fucking do it, I'm trying so hard, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and oh shit, there's a almost completed lineup I made. Ha, spoiler alert, that's a good one. Okay, anyway, don't look at that. It's my line. Spoiler alert. So the question then is, Kevin, what the fuck do I do to turn a profit then? What's a sharp way to play? And the answer is you focus on smaller, more winnable contests. I say this all the time. I'm going to say it again. Smaller, more winnable contests. Here's one. These are even too big. But here's one that we're going to take a look at. As we approach the season, the contests will get smaller. Now you're just going to say, well, I don't have $535. These contests are available at every dollar level. Don't worry about what the number says. But let's look at this one. Okay. Let's look. I don't know if it's good. Let's take a look. Let's evaluate it. Right? What's the info box there? Okay. 50,000 in entrance, in entry fees. 100 entrants. Top 20% get paid out. First place, $10,000. 10% of the prize pool. No, 20% of that. That's actually a little bit high. 20% of the prize pool. But it's not problematic. You know, second place, 7,000. So, you know, about 15%. Here's 10%. A lot of prize pool here. Worst case, it's only paying out 20 people, but even the last couple spots, 10th through 20th, you're getting more. You're getting about 2.2x on your entry. Here's 3x-ish on your entry, right? So why is this a better contest? It's not even so much about the structure. It's because it's more winnable. You can beat 99 other people without making the most ridiculous, insane, crazy lineup in the world. I like contests that are even smaller than that. Even 100 is a lot. Don't be afraid to take on a contest. They don't show them here. You know what? When you enter one, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this just for the purpose of this video. Let's finish this lineup out. I'll come back and modify this later, so don't worry. I'm not using this shit. This is not a lineup that I'm ready to go official with. But I'm going to throw this out there just so you guys can see what happens. I'm going to be changing that. But when this screen comes up, this is how I do a lot of my entries. All right, you scroll down and you look for, fuckers. All right, well, that's unfortunate. I'm not seeing the really small contests just yet. It's probably too soon. But normally what I'll do is I'll scroll through this window and I look for, here, I mean, I'm not entering this shit, but here is a 67-person contest. Here is a 10-person contest with a high dollar amount. 13-person. These aren't great examples because we're weeks out from the actual season starting, and I'm seeing here that there's not a robust, actually let me try this on Draftkings and see if I can get you a robust set of content. Let me get a cheap one so I don't have to fucking throw away that much money doing this, okay? I'm going to show you guys how this works. I found a really cheap one. Throw whatever lineup I have in here. I want to show you what pops up. And let's see if Draftkings has those type of small contests. So I'll give you an idea of what a ladder looks like. I mean, here you go. You start to see these smaller contests. Here we go. Featured contest. Let's see. Yeah. Here. Mini Blitz. Perfect example. Now, this is a $300 contest. You might be like, well, that's crazy, Kevin. I'm not entering. It doesn't matter. 22 people. Top 5 are paid. You can win this. This is a winnable size contest. 20 people, you can win it. That's how you move your bankroll. You enter 300, you come out with 2,000. And, you know, hopefully you can get a top 5. So even if you didn't win it, hey, I doubled my money. Okay. So I got a top 20% score. I doubled my money. If I get first place, which is doable, 1 in 22 shot, $2,000, you made almost 10x on your money. Those are the type of contests we want to attack. Now, you might say, well, I don't do $300. How about this? $100 hot route, 5K single entry contest, right? Again, 55 entrants. Pays out the top 25%. If you're already kind of top 20%, you're getting 2.5x. Here's 3x, 4x, 5.5, 7, 8.5, 11x on your money. It's winnable. You could beat 55 other people. It's not hard. You'll have lineups. Look who's in here. Sharp players. Now you might say, well, I don't want to go up against those sharks. It doesn't matter. The point I'm making here is that these guys are entering this contest because they know that this is how a sharp player actually increases their bankroll. They're not really going to count on winning some milli maker. Okay? You're not going to beat 792,000 other lineups. Like, you know, the margin of error, you're setting yourself up for failure if you think you can beat these guys. You have to understand that the margin is here, sucking the money out, and the top-heavy contest, let's see what this 250K, 20,000, this one's not bad. This one's really, really good. But look at these payouts. Now, you might be asking how I can see this. This is a great payout, actually. I love it. First place, 8%, top 10, 18x. This is a great contest to enter. You want to fuck around in a tournament? Enter this. 20 entry, $3 contest. That's $60. You got a shot at 20 grand. Super fun. You can get silly with it. It's not that much money. But if you're entering that, make that 10 to 15% of your budget. So if I'm entering $500 worth of lineups, okay, I maxed out this $3, but what am I doing with the rest? Well, I'm going to build ladders around very small contests like the $100 spy with 55 entrants in it, or the $33, contest with 27 entrants in it. Something like that. I'm going for the win. And what I do with every lineup I build that way is I'll scale up. So I'll start with head-to-head contests, right? I'll enter, let's say I'm putting $100 on a particular lineup, what I call a hybrid build. What's a hybrid build? A hybrid build is kind of like a cashy build. We're going to really design it for smaller contests. We're going to build correlation into it, and I'll get into lineup construction in the next video. This I'm really wanting to focus on bankroll management and entry management. But let's say I did a hybrid build. I'm going to put $100 on it. So I'll start with $40 worth of head-to-heads. Now, remember from my previous video on head-to-head contests how they work. You're starting at the $1 level. You're going to max out. On Draftkings, I believe you're allowed to do 25 contests at every dollar amount. So we'll do 25 $1. Then we'll do 25 $2 ones until I get to my 40% total allocation for this lineup. Now here's what happens when you put 40% of your money in head-to-heads. You've got to look at how good the lineup performed, right? If the lineup performs average, you're probably just going to get your money back. Anywhere within this range. This is the mean. If you're slightly below, if you did 50 entries, you might win 20 of them. If you're slightly above, you did 50 entries, you might win 30 of them. After the rake, you're probably pretty much breaking even if you're just slightly above par. If you're slightly below par, you're going to lose 10 or 15% of your money. But you don't lose all your money most of the time, unless your lineup really sucks. Okay, if you have a great lineup, you could win all of your head-to-heads. Like if you get a 1 standard deviation unit above the mean, or especially a 2 standard deviation unit above the mean type of lineup, you're going to win all your entries. Great. And you know what else you're going to win? A lot of your tournaments, right? So if you look at this line, here's your head-to-head mean score, right in the center. This here is about the cash line for most tournaments. This is the win line for GPP is going to be somewhere here, top 1%, obviously. But top 20%, you'll get into the cash line. And the higher it is, the more of your head-to-heads you'll win, but also the more of your ladders you will win. So let's go back to this ladder concept. Enter as many head-to-heads as I can to get about 40%. Then I'm going to allocate the rest of my money for the lineup the way I just discussed. So I'm going to go for the smallest contest I can find with the highest dollar amount. Maybe a $33 20-person contest. Right? So I did $40. I might do actually a couple of double ups or triple ups as well. Get it to about $60 worth. Double ups and triple ups are great for these, but I don't want them to be all I use. I want to use head-to-heads. Then I'll do some double ups and triple ups. That's right. I forgot about those. And get enough of them. Now, the key with double ups and triple ups is, again, scroll down away from the guaranteed ones. Get to the non-guaranteed ones with the smallest margin, which is 10%. I don't want to pay 12.94% for any sort of cash game. I'm only doing ones that the margin says 10%. If I can't get a 10% margin, here it is. The double up is 12%. The 50-50 is 10. I will only do the 50-50. Oh, it's 1%. What the fuck's the difference? There's a big difference over time. I promise. Believe me. So don't do the double ups. Only the ones that go below 10%, there you go. So the higher dollar amount looks like they go a little bit below. But pay attention to the margins on these contests. And again, you can get this same Chrome extension that I'm using to show this. Just go on Chrome and request the Roto Grinders Chrome extension, and it will pop up. And you put it on your Chrome, and you can see the margins for every contest. So you're setting part 2 of your ladder with double ups and triple ups. Let's say, so I did $40. It's a $100 a ladder. I did $40 worth of head-to-heads. Now I'm doing, about 15, 20 bucks worth of double ups and triple ups. We've got $60 done. Now we're going to do like a $27 or a $20, 20 to 30 person contest. That gets us to about 80 bucks. Now we start to scale up, do a 100 person contest, or 150 entering, a 500 entry, a 1500 entry. Each time scaling down the dollar amount. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly, it's not an exact science, okay? There's no way of doing this exact. The contests that are available change every single week. I just go by the size and the dollar amount. The higher the dollar amount, the smaller the size. I want to allocate most of my money for a particular contest on the highest dollar, smallest contest I could find. And then scale up from there in size. But people don't understand small. And I'm going to say it again because I know it's not going to click. When I say a small tournament, I'm talking about a 20 to 40 entrant tournament. I'm not talking about, a 4,000 entrant one versus a 150,000 entrant one. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a contest with 30 other people in it. We have a 1 in 30 chance at first place. And if you're a sharp player, you can win those more often than not. I used to play in a league against friends of mine. And, it's hard to win any contest in DFS. But I was like, we did a season, I think I won it 7 or 8 times out of 16, which was crazy. But there was like 14 of us. They fucking hated me. But, whatever. They wanted to beat me. But my point was, you could beat it. You could win it. And that's the key. You're not going to win this contest here, and you're just going to lose money. I want you to make money. When you win a 30-person contest, like I showed you with the Spy, or a 50-person, you get a 10x on your entry. So, while it's not the exciting, big money screenshot that you want to, call all your friends about, it grew your bankroll. You turned a nice profit. It basically paid for you to play for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And hopefully those wins pad your bankroll even more. You start to grow that bankroll that way. Eventually you can get into bigger contests. Eventually you're in that $100 Spy where first place is $2,000. Or you're in that bigger contest. When you look at the best players in the world, all of their rankings say super heavyweight. And what does that mean? That means the bulk of their entries are not $3 and $5 mass multi-entry tournaments. The bulk of their winnings come from some shit like this. Like the best players in the world, the bulk of their winnings come from contests that look like, let's go for the entry fee. Like, I'll show you. The bulk of their winnings come from shit that looks like this. Okay? A $1,500 72-person contest. 25,000. Whoa, he won 25 grand. Well, it was only 72 people he had to beat out. Look who's in here. Names that you recognize. Okay? This is how this type of player makes their money. The margin is way low. Look at it. 5.56%. So that's straight up an advantage that the player who has a lot of money has over the field. He can enter a contest with a very low margin, 5.56%. Much less rake here. And this is how you turn a profit. This is how you take $1,000 and now it's $25,000. You might say, well, what if I lose? Well, okay. Yeah, that's right. You're going to lose sometimes. You're going to win sometimes. This thing pays out 23%. It's only 1.6x for the first, for a bunch of people. So the payout isn't spectacular at the bottom. But it pays out enough people. It's only 72 people you have to beat. You could beat that many people. That's a reasonable odd to try to beat. Think about 72,000 people. How exponentially lower your chances are of winning a contest. And getting, what is this X? 23%, but if you put in a $1,500 entry, this is 10 times your money. This is 15 times your money, or so. 15, about 17 times your money. So you did 17 times your money in one shot with a contest like this. Now again, you might be saying, oh, I can't afford that fucking $1,500. It doesn't matter. Do a $15 version of it. It's the same shit. This contest will exist in a $12 version, I promise you. That's how you increase your bankroll. Now the $12 version, well, it's not 25 grand. It's only $250. Yeah, that's how it goes. The money you put in, that's how probabilities work. If you want to try to win $1 million off of $9, you're probably not going to win it because you need 469,000 other people in that contest for you to even have enough money in the prize pool for it to work. But if you enter $1,500, it doesn't matter how much the dollar amount is. You guys have to train your brain not to think about it and not to worry about that. The only thing you need to worry about is what is the multiple on my money that I'm winning, which is why like 5x contests are great. I love the multipliers, the 5x multiplier, the 6x. Why? Because that pays 6x to like, 10% or 5% of finishers, which is really cool, rather than giving this massive premium to first place. So those are contests you want to enter as well. I love the multipliers. Let's just show what that is real quick before I move on to rake-free play, which is, I think, amazing. Right here, these triple ups, I love it. Try to get low margin ones. There are more than triple ups. You can get quadruple ups, quintuple ups here. You can get a 10x booster. That one's cool too. 10x, you normally have to almost win a tournament to get a 10x, right? Here, top 3. So top 10%-ish on this contest get 10x on their money. That's a fucking great payout. That's awesome. And even with a 14%, I don't want this margin. I don't like the margin. I don't. But I do like the idea of top 10 getting 10x, because for me to get 10x in a milli maker, I've got to beat out like, let's go back to it. Okay, so in that one, top 10% gets 10 times their money. Let's look at the milli maker. I want you to see what it's going to take, what level, what percentage, how many other lineups you have to beat to get 10 times your money. Okay? Where are the fucking rules in scoring here? Where are my payouts? Here we go. $20 to enter. $200 would be 10x. Okay. 600 to 1,000 or so get 10x. Doesn't sound too hard. I can get 600. Top 600. That's not that hard. Oh, really? Really? There are 300... wait, oh, this isn't even that. Yeah, there are 300,000 entrants in this contest. So, top 1%... 300,000 entrants. If you're a top 1%, you're only getting back 125. 1%. That other contest, top 10%. Here you've got to be top 1%, and you're still not there. You've got to be top half of 1% to get back 10x on your money. Top half, 1/2 of 1%, 0.5%. The other one's paying out top 10%. You got to be, and you're not talking about beating 100 people here. You're talking about beating 394,000 people here. These contests are why you don't make money in DFS. Please, please, please get it. Go in with your eyes wide open when you're attacking these things. Now, I am not done yet. I want to talk about something. I want to talk about rake-free fantasy, daily fantasy sports. It's unbelievable. Guys, I'm so fucking excited about this. I'm going out of my mind. And I want to tell everybody who's a DFS Army member, we don't even have a deal with Fantasy Draft anymore. They're not, we don't refer to them. But I am such a fan of this. Fantasy Draft, which was always kind of the number 3 site to Fanduel and Draftkings. They just launched something they're calling Rake-free Daily Fantasy Sports. And people, I want to stress, we have to support this. This is a beautiful idea. So they basically come out and said, we're going to eliminate the rake completely. Not only that, we're going to structure contests in the most perfect way ever. Let's take a look at this contest here. They actually have a milli maker for week 1. Or not a milli maker, but $1 million contest for week 1. Amazing. They did increase it so you can max enter 150 lineups. Okay, well, guess what? DFS Army members have access to the DFS Army Domination Station Optimizer, which will optimize up to 150 lineups for fantasy draft. Not bad. Not bad, right? We can make 150. We can play on fantasy draft just like we do anywhere else. But here's the deal. First of all, let's look at the prize. Where is it? Give me this. Full payout zone details. We got $1 million contest, 10% to first, 6% to second, 4% to... Look at this beautiful distribution. 10% to first. Not 20, not 30, 10%. Nice and flat. You come in second, it's not such a punishment. Third, fourth, fifth, you're still doing really well. And even in the worst case scenario, top 20%, you're still getting back 2x on your money. Wonderful. This is the contest structure we want. Okay, now most important, I want to explain how their subscription works. Because when these guys called me and said they were doing this, I'm like, how the fuck are you going to make any money? So, well, we're going to have subscription models, right? So how does that work? All right. Well, your average player, your lowest level, up to $100 in entry fees, you play free. If you're a $100 a month person, you can play free. I play a lot more than $100 a month. It's not going to work out for me. Starter, $5.99 a month, up to $1,000 in entry fees. Again, if we assume a 10% rake, this is where you're going to really start to understand why this is awesome. If you had a 10% rake on $1,000 in entry fees, you'd pay $150 to the site in terms of rake. Instead, you pay $5.99 a month subscription. That means I just saved $144. Now, you don't think I saved it. I don't feel like I saved it. Blah, 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 blah. You're wrong. If you're going to play it, you're literally saving. This is like the best rake back bonus ever. Okay? $3,000 a month in entry fees. $14.99 a month. Okay, again, if I was to enter $3,000 in entry fees on another site, Fanduel Draftkings, I would pay $225-ish if it was an average of 15% rate, sometimes more. It could be $300, $225, $300, somewhere in that range in rake fees. Instead here, I'm only paying $14.99. I don't even know if they charge tax. Probably not. $14.99. Slice of fucking pizza pie without the tip. I can't even get a pizza pie for $14.99. Gotta pay a tip. Of course, I'm from Brooklyn. And we don't order $8 Domino's pies around here. Get it from the pizzeria. Cost me $17. One pizza pie. $3,000 in monthly entry fees. That's more than almost anybody who's watching this video is doing. $14.99 a month. Now, I hate fucking subscriptions. I don't want to pay that. Okay. Well, go pay a single $100 game on FanDuel. You already paid the $14.99 because that's the rake. I just showed you that. Professional. You're a pro? $49.99, $10,000. I pay $1,500 a month in fucking rake on another site. And this $40. How are they staying in business? I don't know. Will it work? I don't know. But I want to support this shit because this is the kind of stuff that will make daily fantasy sports great again. Okay? It's been harder and harder. The rake has gone up. This is the saving grace. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. In the bottom of this video, I'm going to put a link over to Fantasy Draft. And I'll see if I can talk to those guys about putting some sort of promotion into that link so that if you're not signed up there already, I don't even know. I will, by the time this video goes live, I will figure some shit out. I'll make sure that we put a link in there that you get some free shit. An entry, I don't know, something, if you hadn't signed up there yet. If you have signed up there yet, and you kind of got sick of playing, you're bored of playing, you got to go back there and let's support this as a community. Because these type of contests are exactly what I've been dreaming about for the 8 years that I've been playing. All of the money I've bet in my career as a daily fantasy player, I've allocated, and I have the numbers. You know what? I'll show you, motherfucker. I'll show you because no one believes anything online. I'm going to go to my Roto Grinders DFS Analyzer, okay? We're going to see how much money I've played. Let's see if I got the settings here. Fuck, I hope I've made money over the years. It's going to be embarrassing. Okay. So I've played $741,000 in buy-ins since 2014. Actually, my playing history goes back before that. $741,000 in entry fees, right? Now, I've paid a 15% rake across those entry fees. That means I've given away $100,000 plus in rake to the various sites that I've played on. There's $150,000 in rake. Hey, thanks for being a customer. That's awesome. But, you know, rake is part of the game. The sites need to make money. I totally get it. I don't ask you not to play there. I play on Fanduel. I play on Draftkings. Love that shit. Right? I play all the time. But I also want to support this concept here because this is a much, much more favorable to the player approach. So I'm suggesting to also take some play over to Fantasy Draft where you can get rake free. They literally have eliminated the rake. It's crazy. Head-to-heads, no rake. I'm going to be moving a lot of my money over to Fantasy Draft. Just making sure it's not giving away my personal info here, that I didn't accidentally do that. All right, so I'm going to be moving some money over to there. I'm playing much more heavier this season. Back to our other example. So that's basically it, guys. You know, I wanted this first video to really focus in on bankroll management and contest selection. And the points that we're going to kind of come away with are: be very careful with the rake. Focus your money on small contests. Everybody wants a formula, a system. It's very, very simple. You're going to make your money on a 30-person contest, on a 60-person contest. If you're allocating, some people don't want to play cash game. Okay, don't then. But focus your entries on small contests. 30, 50, 120 entrants. Most of your money should be in those. Then have your fun money. If you're a $250 a week guy and you want to place the last 190 and then put the last 60 MMEing a $3 contest, or my favorites, I love the Minimax contest. They're awesome. If you're a DFS Army member, let me see if anything's live. Let me see if anything's live. Probably not. Probably not. But here we go. Okay, check this out. Let's say you're a DFS Army subscriber and you want to fucking get you want to get your kicks on mass multi-entering, right? We've got the tools. They're fucking awesome. Domination state. The new stacking system is unbelievable. Like no one has this tool. You have an amazing advantage, right? But you're also trying to remember, hey, Kevin said bankroll management is very, very important. And beware of where you allocate your money. You're putting in $400 in week one. So put in 325 of it in ladders, 3-4 ladders, lineups that you build around. You know, we'll talk about lineup construction, another video. That's not what this one's for. The last video, enter the Minimax. Make 150 lineups. Pay $75. Okay? You can go up against 142,000. You get super silly ridiculous with it. You're not likely to lose all of your money in a contest like this. The margin, let's see, first place 8 point. You know, the payouts are actually reasonable. $50 50-cent entry. You can win $500,000. That $5,000. That's one of the greatest margins of victory in terms of ROI that you can ever have in any DFS. 50 cents into $5,000. Amazing. Amazing. But that's how you get your shits and giggles on for your mass multi-entry. And then, again, focus most of your money. You're probably not going to win this. You're probably not going to beat 142,000.6K other entries. Like, it's hard. The probabilities are against you even when you enter 150. And by the way, if anybody ever told you, oh, no, motherfucker, 150, rich guy, well, of course, he can win every contest. He's rich. Oh, he enters 150. Do it! $75. You don't have to be rich. You know, I mass multi-enter a contest for MMA. It's $3,000. Fuck. Man, it's painful. When you don't win it, it fucking sucks. Here, it's $75. What are you going to do? What's going to happen? You won back 40? Okay, big shit. As long as the other $325 that you put in was allocated sharply, you're all good to go. So we're going to do that. We're going to play on Fantasy Draft this year. We're going to play a lot on Fantasy Draft. Optimizer's set for it. You're good to go. The scoring is exactly the same as Draftkings. No rake. If I had only played on Fantasy Draft my whole DFS career, I would have $120,000 more in my pocket. It's a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of scratch. Most people play break even, your average person. Here you could play break even for a long time. Now you're just kicking them out. They're $5 a month. Big shit. It's totally worth it. So play on this site. Now, guys, if you like this video, if you've watched this, I have more videos coming out in the lead up to the 2019 NFL season. I'm dying to talk about lineup construction, GPP lineup construction, some new innovations that are out there right now that we're looking at, bust rates for different players. There's so much to talk about. I can't wait. There's a new stacking system coming to DFS Army, unlike anything that has ever been shown before in any site, nobody has this. And it came about from studying winning lineups and the winning approach to lineups and how they are constructed. And the idea is to force you, as a player, to construct lineups in a way that has been proven to win tournaments. We are literally structuring our Domination Station Optimizer to force you to make good lineups. It's going to force you against your will. I don't want to. I want to make a shitty lineup. No, we're going to make you do it. We have data on chalk and bust rate, all kinds of shit. It's awesome. I will have a video on this, breaking that down versus cash games. We're going to be on this all year long. Now, if you like this video and you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, please hit like, hit subscribe to the channel, support the channel. It doesn't even support the channel. I just want to know that you're out there watching the video. Hit like, hit subscribe. When you do that, when the next video comes out, it will tell you, it will pop up on your screen, hey, another video came out. Okay, let's check it out. You want to get better at daily fantasy sports? You check out these videos. I can't do anything more than try to tell you how to do it. All right? So like and subscribe to the channel. If you're not a DFS Army subscriber currently, most of you are. But if you're not, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you want to be successful in DFS, I don't care. You better be part of a team. And if it's not the DFS Army team, go find a different one. But if you don't have high-level analytics, if you don't have projections, if you don't have amazing tools, I wish I could show you our NFL tools. A lot of them aren't even quite ready yet. But for DFS Army subscribers, you guys already know. You're going to get notes from some of the best players in daily fantasy sports. You're going to get my notes every single week, the Geek's pick sheet. You're going to get notes from CashCag, who is a top 100 overall daily fantasy sports player, and a guy who I learned from, I look up to, and knows his shit more than me. I'm like, dude, teach me, right? And I've been playing this shit for 7 years. I'm not too good. I'm not too good. Hey, man, I want to learn from you. All right? That's a sharp motherfucking player. You've got DFS and Donuts. You've got DFS up north, Josh, breaking down Showdown. It's amazing. Kyle Marley in Draftkings tiers, former champion. We've gone out and gotten the best players that we could find, that we could hire, top-ranked pros, to give our advice, to make picks. But that's not it. It's not just personalities giving out their pick sheets. It's amazing tools, the Domination Station Optimizer, the DFS Army Research Station with custom player grades and matchups, everything compiled in such a beautiful way. I have something new coming this season that's going to blow your mind. We've been able to acquire player prop data from all of the various casinos that are now opening up for sports betting as part of our sports betting project, and we're going to bring that into daily fantasy sports. We're going to look at implied fantasy points totals based on player prop projections from Vegas. It is a new field. No one is doing this. We've got NFL covered top to bottom. There'll be 4 or 5 podcasts every single week breaking the shit down. If you don't like my videos, hey, that motherfucker curses too much, I don't like it. Okay. There are other ones. You've got DFS and Donuts breaking down mass multi-ante strategies. You've got Keg breaking down showdowns, every single showdown, every single week. These are sharp players, the best guys who win tournaments regularly and crush cash games. We are going to teach you how to be a great player. All you have to do is listen. All you have to do is watch the video. Hit like, hit subscribe. I'll be back next time with, I forgot to mention, if you're not a DFS Army subscriber, we've got a 20% discount going ahead of the NFL football season. Use promo code KICKOFF. Go to dfsarmy.com, click on subscribe here, learn more, whatever. Click on get a subscription going. Sign up for VIP only. VIP includes our coaching. forums. If you are tempted to sign up for DFS Army Lite, I caution you. That is for expert players who just want the tools. Without the coaching, without having access to pros, top players who are going to answer your questions, teach you how to use the tools. If you're a newer player, if you're a player who's kind of in the hump, not quite over the hump of profitability yet, but looking to get there, you need the coaching. Sign up for VIP. If you find that you don't like the forums, you don't like the coaching, you don't like the breaking news, you don't like the game day notes, you don't like all of the stuff, not 50% of what we do, which comes in our forums and cannot be put on a website, because DFS is all about delivering information at the snap of a finger, and if you're too late, you're lost, right? So we can only do so much for people who are not in our forums. But if you like that, if you don't like it, you can always go down to Lite. We got a cheaper subscription. Just use the domination station. Just use the articles. Just use the breakdowns. Just use the research station. You still get the coach's notes. Coach's notes are the shit. Okay? Every player that's playable by that particular pro, broken down, tournament, cash game option, why, how to stack, who to stack with, all that shit. It's all covered in the notes. So we've got your back. We've produced winners year after year. Let me finish with. I should have had this prepped, but I'm going to finish with the DFS Army Wall of Wins. In case you don't know who we are or what we do, we fucking produce winners in DFS Army. Okay? What up, S. Crosby? Most recent winner. Regular average Joe member. Friend of my personal channel. Okay. Well, it's only $5,000. How about your acne cream? He at this point could be considered a pro. Motherfucker takes down tournaments on the regular. DFS Army subscriber. X Beaver, what up? This is just, here's your acne cream again. That's right, he's taking down contests on the regular. Tying for first place with other DFS Army members. That tells you what's up. Doing stuff. All of this recent. These are just recent winners. This is the shit that you see all the time. Ka-ching, thank you, DFS Army. How about Chris Canello, $100,000? $100,000, life-changing. Getting married next month. I saw somebody make a comment, get a prenup. I love it. Chris, I think I sent him, I'm pretty sure we sent him a swag bag for his fiance. Like, one of our lady DFS Army shirts. What? How about SBS, Pickle the Beast? Actually just competed in this live final and cashed, I think, very nicely in that as well. Joey Wawa. These are all recent. 7-7. Today is 8/20. I've only gotten back a month, and look at all these fucking wins. These are our members taking down tournaments on the regular. Okay? This shit doesn't happen by accident. This is great tools, great advice, great projections, a beautiful team. We support each other. Get signed up as a DFS Army VIP. www.dfsarmy.com. Use promo code KICKOFF. It will reduce VIP membership by 20%. Our membership is like half the price of anybody else. It's unbelievable how other sites rip you off. We don't do that. Our one membership covers every fucking sport. I'm not talking about just major sports. I'm talking about niche sports. Soccer, MMA, tennis, college, Canadian. There's some fucking sports in Canada. I don't even know what the fuck. It's Canadian football. I assume there's it's some sort of form of soccer. I don't even know what it is. But we got it. MMA, it's my thing. Off season, I'm all about MMA. Like, no one even like it. I love MMA. Just compete in the championships. Davin Pogs, $10,000. Look at all this. $10,000. M. Williams. Look at this one. Again, familiar name. I love seeing these screenshots were multiple DFS Army people. And first, Arky, friend of my personal channel. So, you get the idea. This is just back to June. We're not even at the end of August. And you see all these fucking winners. This is what DFS Army is about. We're going to teach you bankroll management. We're going to teach you contest selection. The next up video, we're going to teach how to attack various contest types. How to differ your approach to lineup construction when you're building that lineup with 20, 30, 40 entrants facing them versus when I'm building one for these massive tournaments. A completely different approach is required. So we're going to talk about a lot of that in the lead up to the season. You're going to get fully prepped for NFL this year. Let's call it, for this video, I'll be back next time. Remember, like and subscribe, comment in the YouTube comment section over here, questions or other things that you want me to cover in future videos. Thanks, guys.